What's up, you guys? It's Erin. Welcome back. Today I have my belated February favorites. I know we're like a week or two into March by the time you're seeing this, but I do have quite a few products, a few products that I wanted to talk to you about that I was really loving in the month of February. We have a few beauty products as well as lifestyle products, so if that's something that you want to see, make sure to keep on watching. And before we get into the video, if you like relatable beauty content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm a nurse that lives in the Midwest, and I'm really obsessed with everything that's related to makeup, skincare, hair care, and a little bit of lifestyle sprinkled in there as well. So if that's something you like, make sure to subscribe for more. Alright, this is hopefully not going to be too long. I have just a few skincare, hair care, and makeup favorites, as well as some book-related things. I've been including books that I've been loving in the last few favorite videos and on my Instagram stories as well. I've been kind of updating you guys on what I've been reading. I have been reading so much in the last couple months, and I really haven't been watching TV at all because there are so many books I want to read, and I've been having so much fun. I've just been enthralled in books, and I've been reading nonstop. So I want to talk to you guys about that as well. So let's start with skincare. A new SPF that I've been really enjoying is the SPF from Kind. It's their daily facial sunscreen lotion. It's an SPF 32 and it's a mineral sunscreen. This has 21% zinc oxide in it. So if you like mineral sunscreens, I definitely recommend you try this one out. They went ahead and sent me kind of a box of goodies to test out, and I had never tried anything from Kind, and I wasn't sure, you know, how I would like this. I think I've heard mixed reviews on it, and it's 21% zinc, so I thought maybe it would be too drying on me, and I've been pleasantly surprised with this. It's definitely a white, you know, sunscreen, and the thing with zinc mineral sunscreens is that they can leave a white cast, and it definitely looks white at first. But as you rub it in, it only takes a minute or two, not even, just a couple seconds to rub it in. The white cast really goes away, and it leaves a nice moisturizing layer behind. For a mineral sunscreen, it looks really nice under makeup, and it doesn't look drying. It reminds me a little bit of the like hydration that the Kinship Self-Reflect sunscreen leaves behind, and I really enjoy that. For a mineral SPF that has a good formula, this is pretty affordable. I think it's in the low $20 range. And I've been really impressed by this. I've been really enjoying it. I do have an affiliate link with them now, so I will link that down below if you're interested in trying anything from them, especially this SPF. I think it's a really good quality formula if you're just getting into SPFs and you want something a little more natural that's just mineral. This is a really nice formula. I have two lip formulas that I've really been enjoying this month. The first is from Flower Beauty. It's the Pout Petal Lip Mask. I've had this for a while, and I really enjoyed it when I first got it, but then I kind of forgot about it. It fell to the wayside because I have so many lip products. But I recently got it out, and I put it kind of where my eye primers and like just odds and ends that I do makeup prep with are, and I've been applying this before I do my makeup just as a hydrating lip step. This is the shade Nectar. It's kind of like a nude peachy shade, and this is really nice for hydrating the lips, and it just plumps up my lips and hydrates them for makeup. I also really love the packaging. So if you can see there, it's got like little holes on the top, then you twist it up and a little bit of product comes out. It's really nice for when I'm filming a video and my lips aren't done yet also, and I just don't want them to look like crusty with foundation. This is perfect for that, and my lips always feel nice and prepped for makeup. Like I said, I have the shade Nude Nectar, which says it's a nude peach with a buttercream scent. There's about 8 shades, and they all have a different scent. There's like a berry with a berry scent, a golden shimmer with a sweet honey scent. They're super fun. These are $9.99 full price. I'll tell you, you know, everything always goes on sale. But I was just pleasantly surprised by how much I've been loving this. I think I'm probably going to finish it because that's how much I've been using it. It's just a really nice hydrating lip product, and if you need something just fun to try, I highly recommend it. The other product I've really been enjoying this month is from Tarte's brand Sugar Rush. It's the I think it's called the Lip Sip Lip Oil, and this is the shade Pressed. It's like the clear kind of shade. This looks a little rough because it's been rolling around in my everyday makeup bag, and this is such a nice hydrating lip balmy oil texture that just hydrates the lips. As you can see, I've used a ton of this. It's probably about half gone by now, but what I've been doing is on days I work, I just apply a little bit of lip liner, and then I apply this on top because it's really a sheer, like glossy hydrating lip layer, but it doesn't have a lot of color to it. I'll apply this before I go to work. I have about a 30-minute drive to work before I put a mask on, and it really just sinks into my lips and leaves them feeling hydrated without too much pigment. So like the pigment is getting all over my mask when I get to work and put a mask on. I'm a nurse if you're unaware, but I've really been enjoying this. It's probably over half gone, and I definitely think I'll finish this one as well. With the lip oil craze, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned this because I know this was popular for a little while, but I definitely think it's underrated in the lip oil department, and it's like $15. I have one hair product to talk about. It is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Micro Exfoliating Shampoo. And I also have the little brush to go with it. They sent me a ton of stuff from their Scalp Revival line. This is like a scalp exfoliating scrub slash shampoo that I use maybe once a week or once every other week because I only wash my hair maybe 2-3 times a week. So I kind of rotate through my shampoos. But I've been really loving using this when my hair just feels like there's a lot of buildup and dry shampoo buildup. It's really refreshing, and the exfoliating like particles to it are really fine, and it really just gets into your scalp. And it also has like a sweet peppermint scent to it, so it just makes my scalp feel so clean and invigorated, and it's a fun experience using this. And then I really like to get it into my scalp with this brush that they sent. And I just really feel like if you use dry shampoo a lot, that this is a nice, gentle, clarifying, exfoliating scalp scrub to just clean everything out. And yeah, this is definitely my favorite thing from their line other than the dry shampoo with this line. I really enjoy that as well. But if you've been looking for a good scalp scrub, I highly recommend this one from Briogeo. I only have one makeup product that I want to talk about this month. I've been testing a lot of new products, and I don't want to include anything that I haven't, used enough to have my fully rounded thoughts on. But I have a rediscovered love. This is the Grande Glow Plumping Liquid Highlight. I love their Plumping Liquid Blush and Highlight, and I recently got this out, and I have been using this nonstop. This is the shade French Pearl. It is obviously liquid highlight. It has like a really fat doe foot applicator. It's the perfect kind of champagne glow. It's really molten, but it's also not too intense. I just take a little bit. Maybe I'll just apply a little bit right now. I just take a little bit and tap it to the high points of my cheeks, so it really just melts into the skin. And it's not too intense, but it's intense enough. I love a liquid highlight, and I forgot how good this is. Beware, it does have a cooling effect on the skin, and it almost, because it's like technically a plumping highlight, I don't really think I see plumping. Like maybe it looks a little juicy on the cheeks because it's so gorgeous and glowy, but it just overall feels cooling, and it doesn't irritate my skin or anything. It goes away within maybe 30 minutes or so, but just look at that glow. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this highlight. I hope they never discontinue this because I've used up quite a bit of this, and their liquid plumping blush as well. I have like the peachy shade. So good, so blendable, so gorgeous and juicy on the skin. If you haven't tried these, they're so underrated in my opinion. Yeah, just gorgeous. Okay, we're done with the beauty products, and this is going to be kind of favorites all about reading. And just hear me out. I know I was not a big reader for a long time. I would read like a book on vacation, and I think in the last year I read less than 20 books, or maybe I read right around 20 books for 2021. And I think in 2022 I'm already past that with audiobooks. I'll talk about audiobooks a separate time, but I have already surpassed how many books I read this last year in the first 2 months of 2022. So I have been reading a lot, and I like to read fun fiction, mainly romance. So if that's not your thing, you're probably not going to like this, but I like kind of spicy romance books, sometimes thrillers, but yeah, so I went ahead and I invested in a Kindle because my bookshelves were getting really full. Each time I bought a book, it's $10 to $15, and that just adds up really quick, especially when you can blow through a book in a couple days and then you're on to the next. So I really wanted to see what could help me save space and money. And one of my friends, she has a refurbished Kindle, so I wanted to go ahead and get one. And this was $70. I have it linked in my Amazon storefront. The Kindle that I got is like, I think the 2020 or 2021 version. It's the Paperwhite one, I believe. And it was $70 refurbished, but I also saw the same one I got go on sale around Valentine's Day for $60, I believe. So they're very affordable. It came with a 3-month subscription to Kindle Unlimited, which has a ton of books included that I wanted to read. And I think Kindle Unlimited is about $10 a month or a little bit less. So I've been really impressed with my Kindle. It's nice because I used to read at night, and my husband will be sleeping next to me because I'm a night owl. I work night shift and he works normal hours. So a lot of times I'm in bed reading next to him and I'd have to use my book light, which is nice, but the light would die, it would get in his eyes, whatever. So this is really nice because it has a light to it, so you can read in the dark, but it doesn't irritate your eyes like a phone light would. And the battery lasts a long time. It lasts me a couple days before I have to recharge it. This can fit thousands of books on it before it would get full. And I've been really impressed with the Kindle itself. I think it saves a lot of money after the first investment if you read a lot. I also wanted to mention this case I got off Amazon. I wanted a case that would keep it protected when it was in my backpack for work or wherever, my purse. But I also see a lot of people with pop sockets, so I wanted something that I could like put my hand in so my hands didn't get sore holding it. So what this has, it magnets to the back. This is from Amazon, I'll link it in my storefront. It magnets, and then it has a stand, so if you're reading on a surface and you just want to stand it up and read it without holding it, you can do that. And then it also has a strap where you can just kind of use it like a pop socket, and then you don't have to hold it and your hand doesn't get sore. So this case is really everything. It was $20. I really enjoy it. It protects it, and it's cute. I like the green. It comes in a few separate colors. The other thing I wanted to mention as far as Kindle goes is the Libby app. So the Libby app is something that someone mentioned to me recently. I had never heard of it. It's a library app where you have to have a library card from your local library. I hadn't got one since we moved to our house like a year and a half ago. So I went to our local library, I got a library card, and then you can punch in your details of your library and your library card into the app. And then that gives you access to books in your network. Like for us, there's like a Southern Wisconsin network that gives me access to all the books in that area. And you can rent books right to your Kindle at no cost. You get them for 14 days, and I mean that's plenty of time usually for me to read a book. And you also can hold up to 10 books at a time. So that's another way to just save a ton of money with the Kindle. I've rented a couple books from there that were from my wish list, and I have a full hold of books that it will notify you when they become available, and then you can download them right to your Kindle. It's just been so nice. I think this is going to save me a lot of money. I've really been enjoying that app as well. So if you have a Kindle and don't have the Libby app, I highly recommend it. You know I can't end this video without mentioning though some books that I've read this past month. I read I think 7 books in January, 7 or 8, and they were all really, really good. But the series that absolutely like I became obsessed with, and I didn't think I would, I'm on TikTok and there's a ton of, it's called like book talk recommendations, and I've gotten really invested, and that's how I kind of find really good recommendations for books to read. If you haven't looked for book recommendations on TikTok, I think you should. There are like certain books that are really, really popular on there. I saw everyone always raving about the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I wasn't sure about it because I usually read fiction, like romance, but never fantasy. But I like fantasy TV shows. Like I loved Game of Thrones, I like The Witcher, like those kind of shows. I love Outlander. So I was like, maybe I would like it. And then I heard that this series is becoming a TV show produced or directed, whatever, by the creator of Outlander. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should read this because I'm going to want to read this before this show comes out. So it's called A Court of Thorns and Roses. There's 4 or 5 books. I actually already finished the 3rd book. I finished the first 2 in February, and I never thought I'd like it. Just hear me out. The first book I was really iffy about. I went ahead and bought it because it wasn't available at my library. The hold was a long time, so I went ahead and bought it, and the first like 40% of the book was really slow. I was like, I don't think I like fantasy. I just don't think this is for me, because they kind of have to build up the world. There's like fairies and magic, but there's also humans. And then I got maybe 40% in and it got really good. There is magic, there's romance. I really got enthralled with the story, and by the time I finished the first book, I jumped into the second book. I read it. The second book is even better than the first. It's called A Court of Mist and Fury, and I've already finished the third book. I just finished it last night. I don't know if I'm describing this well enough, but if you're like me and you like romance, but you're not sure if you like fantasy, just don't count it out, because there is a lot of romance in the book, but there's action, there's magic. The plot is really sophisticated and really makes you think. And I'm on the third book right now, and I really still feel the same way about the series. I have 2 more books to go, and I think she is making more books in the future. And the author is Sarah J. Maas. She's such a talented author, and she has other series that I think I'll read in the future as well. But I just had to mention those books because I was absolutely obsessed with them this month. I could not put them down, and I still feel the same way. So good. Just so good. Just trust me. If you're curious about it, I highly recommend it. You just have to get through like the first half of the book before it really starts picking up with the plot, and it's just so good. But that is it for all the products I was loving in February. I know this was kind of a random assortment of things, but that's why I like favorites videos, because it's not just beauty. You really get to know somebody and what they're liking, and I really like that. So let me know down below in the comments if you like favorites videos and what products you were loving in the month of February. I know this is a little late, but I wanted to share these things with you guys. And as always, make sure to subscribe before you leave, and we will see you in my next video. Bye.